It's time to make some more progress on Solar Crown. One thing I have been a bit lackluster with is the development from the Solar Pass. Now added on to that is the clan progress. Something I've not done all too much progress with, but today that is going to change and we're going to push forward and see what is next in line with the clan progression. First of all, we need to get up to level 20 and knock off a couple of races, supercar races. First of all, divide and conquer in the Huracan Performante. Now already we know we've got a fantastic build on this Huracan launching off the line. Not much is really going to keep up with us off the line here. We have set this one up for quick acceleration, quick 0 to 60, but we do have an interesting challenger here, and we can see the Jaguar coming up the inside. As we hold back, we can see the Jaguar falling off the track on the left hand side as we do pin it up, cut into that right hander, drift across the track, get as much power down as we can. Going to try the same again here on this left hander, but we do have a Fiat 500 on our bar 500 on our inside there, and we do unfortunately collect that one as we come through. Getting the power back down, nice little tight right hander into this tight left hander where we can get the power down. Where we don't lose much traction other than that, there's quite a key point in this Huracan. We've set this up with fantastic levels of traction. Coming up the hill here, once again with no slip, we really have got together a fantastic tune on this one. I know a couple of you guys in the comments also really thriving with the Huracan, unlike myself, into that left-hander, collecting another lamppost. But you guys are thriving much like I am with the Huracan Performante. Yes, we don't have the top end of some of the other Lamborghinis, in particular that Aventador, but the Huracan has been fantastic for us so far. Nice little tight right and left, or left and right just there, as we just missed that traffic, coming round that right hander, getting the power back down. Once again, we're leaving the AI behind. I really want to see an increased difficulty with the AI, especially in races like these. Yes, we've perhaps tuned the car where the AI don't tune the cars to the same level, but that should be the challenge. We want more challenges. I want more challenge in the Huracan. We can see we've left the AI behind. We will push forward as we only just miss that traffic once again. Right hand, left hand, into a nice tighter right hand here, which doubles back on ourselves, really coming down the gears, coming down the speed, powering down the hill here. A nice left hander. We've done this section of the track, or the section of the road, a few times in previous races. Into the left hander down here, we can then get the right hander, sorry, we can get the power down here. Left hander up ahead. We do have to negotiate some of these busy streets, which is good. We want some obstacles. Power down here. We can power down throughout this next section of the track, far and away, head and shoulders above the AI here. We do have the semi-slick tyres fitted here. We do have a slightly damp road surface. Perhaps we could have performed better with the slick tyres, but we did obviously see you know, it's a slightly damp road surface, so I was a bit cautious with this one. Fitted the semi-slicks. Tight right-hander here. We wanted to miss those barriers, but unfortunately we do collect them. It doesn't hamper us all too much. Once again hitting the barriers, but it just seems we've been alright taking the barriers out with the Lamborghini. As we get the power down, we cross the line, and we do cross the line with a 2-minute 46. And we take first place in the first race for today, pushing forward with the clan progression. Once again, another Huracan race up against the F40s. This, of course, being in deep water. This is specifically Ferrari F40 versus Lamborghini Huracan, and this one could get quite interesting should the AI cars be set up correctly. Now, I don't expect any challenges from any F40s, however, we have plenty of Huracans in this race, which have got some interesting braking points. We can see on this big, straight section of the road, there are braking points for the AI. We can see it on the braking lines there. They really shouldn't be there. But as we do power down the hill, apologies, had to cough. Real tight section here, quite a tricky section. I did trip over myself a couple of times. I did the race after here to try and go a bit faster. And then this braking point right here is so difficult to get right. There is still some standing water on the road surface, and getting through that left-hander, getting the braking point right has been incredibly hard, but we do negotiate it good this time. As we do power up, we do have a traffic car pulling out in front of us, having to negotiate that, having to compensate for that one, compromise our racing line, and it's affected us all through this left-hander as we did collect that lamppost. But we do manage to now get the power back down. A couple of right-handers here, but at full throttle, and another one just up ahead. We do commit to this one. We do keep the power down, and it does prove good. As we keep the power down, we are stretching further and further away from the AI. I did think we were going to have more of a challenge from the other Hurricanes in this race, but it hasn't happened so far as we just negotiate around that car there. We chose to tap the barriers rather than tap the car, losing less time hitting the barriers. We can see there is still some standing water here. Once again, I do have the semi-slicks fitted here to negotiate around the standing water on the road surface as we just miss another Abarth 500 there. So yeah, fitting the semi-slick tyres to compensate for the standing water that is still on the road surface here, it does prove to be good overall. Would the slicks still manage it? I don't think they would have, but as we do power up the inside of this taxi, once again taking out another first place, but more importantly progressing through the clan battle here. As we do reach level 20, we do now have the opportunity to go up against Jack Vaughn. Heading on over, let's see what Jack Vaughn has for us. Is it going to be any interesting dialogue this time out?
For many here, the competition is an opportunity to network and talk business. But for me, I can't wait to race an
Not
opponent
particularly.
the
The dialogue in the game, like we already know, isn't overly fantastic. But it's dialogue. Let's push on with a 740 Max Joule. So there's not a specific car we have to be in here. But at this point, we seen it was up against that Merc. We wanted to be in something slightly challenging for ourselves. It did choose the TTRS, but as we come into the race we can see the heavy rain downpour, four-wheel drive against a very tail-happy rear-wheel drive Mercedes GLS, or GTR rather. I don't think we're going to have all too much trouble. We know that that will struggle to get off the lines, that will struggle to go around those fast-paced corners like this one right here, the TTRS, you know, it's not going to have much of a challenge against it. Perhaps I should have taken the R8 Spider, which is of course rear-wheel drive, gave us even more of a challenge up against another rear-wheel drive. This corner in particular will be awful for those rear-wheel drive cars, especially with such a wet road surface. We can see the TTRS power sliding around that one as well. So yeah, perhaps we probably should have challenged ourselves a little bit more. I thought going in the D-Class up against an S-Class would have been a big challenge. It hasn't been. So maybe next time out we need to go in a rear-wheel drive and really challenge ourselves. These four-wheel drives we know are largely broken, but they're just too good against rear-wheel drive cars. We know that already. Next time out we will go in a bigger disadvantaged car. We'll take a rear-wheel drive, maybe even a front-wheel drive. Let's see what the next challenge is going to be in the clan pass, the clan progression, whatever the hell it's called, who really cares. We'll power through the rest of this race. Halfway through lap 1, a minute 17 on the board, powering down onto the freeway, the motorway section. We do just collect that barrier on the right hand side. Not much else we could have done at that point. We overcommitted. Nice little tight section up here. We can see understeering, managing just to negotiate around the traffic, but we were understeering on the wet road surface, which is unfortunate. As we have more traffic here, we do keep a tight line on the inside. It does appear to be faster than obviously having to go around the outside. Tight right hander here once again. Heavy understeer with the wet road surface, unfortunate, but we do manage to negotiate around it all right. Another tight left hander here. No doubt we're going to have more power sliding. We do power slide, or understeer rather, more in that left hander with the wet road surface, but we've negotiated the vast majority of lap 1. Not much left on the table here, and overall not the most exciting of races. Very disappointed. We will push through and round out lap number 1 and lap number 2 here. Nothing much happened at all in lap 2. We can see that the challenger Jack Vaughn, who we're up against, really not giving us much competition at all, which is very disappointing. I would have assumed these battles in particular would have been ultra intense, but they're not. But overall, we've pushed through and we do get the grand reward, a fantastic sticker. Yes, always wanted one of those stickers. We won't bash on the rewards. We've pushed through. Jack Vaughn, absolutely no challenge there whatsoever, which was disappointing. Any interesting dialogue this time out?
And we can all
no, unfortunately not. It is what it is, guys. We push on. But overall, more progression there from the clan side of things. It's one thing in this game I haven't challenged myself with at all, or I haven't bothered to do. Might need to concentrate on it a little bit more, but we have progressed. We're now level 20 or 21, whatever it may be. It does seem to be a bit of the game that I have forgotten about, and it does seem to be for a good reason. It's not very challenging, it's not very engaging, but it's a part of the game that I will continue to push through. Let me know, guys, what did you think of today's content? It wasn't the best in my opinion. You know, the clan battles, especially against Jack, wasn't overly challenging for us, but let me know regardless in the comment section down below, and tune in again tomorrow for another update on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.